I always encourage people to shop early.
Now at 5, supply chain issues and the impact on Utah, imposing limits and possible shortages. Why you should go holiday shopping now if your plan is to celebrate the holidays with the toast.
Looking at the forecasted runoffs and starting to plan for what, if any, watering restrictions will be going into next year.
Plus, the state's dire drought situation. With the recent storms, there is a silver lining. Why water officials say a return to normal could be on the horizon. And the murder of Ute football player Aaron Lowe, the alleged gunman formerly charged. The felony charges the suspected shooter is now facing.
Live, we're there for you. ABC4 News at 5 starts now.
New information tonight in the murder investigation of Utah football player Aaron Lowe. That's where we begin on the ABC4 News at 5. Good evening. I'm Emily Clark, in for Emily Flores.
And I'm Glenn Mills. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Tonight, the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office filing charges against the man who allegedly shot and killed Lowe. The shooting happening last month at a house party in Salt Lake City. ABC4's Haley Hendricks joining us now live just outside the District Attorney's Office this evening. Haley, what's the latest?
Well, Glenn, District Attorney Sim Gill says he's found probable cause to file charges against 22-year-old Book, the man suspected of shooting and killing University of Utah football player Aaron Lowe. The filing shows Book faces charges of aggravated murder, attempted aggravated murder, possession of a weapon by a restricted person, and obstruction of justice. Gill says Book remains innocent until proven guilty. But while each of these charges is a felony, Gill says they don't address prison sentences until 60 days after the preliminary hearing.
Our legislature has consciously decided that we should not make such decisions, important decisions, without having all the evidence, and certainly when we're so close to an incident, not to be inflamed by our emotions.
Well, prior to these charges, Book's background shows several felony charges, including weapons and robbery. However, his crimes were mostly settled through plea deals and very little jail time. Reporting live in Salt Lake City, Haley Hendricks, ABC4 News.
Thank you. Now to a traffic alert tonight. Guardsman Pass is now closed until further notice. UDOT first shut down the road ahead of the recent snow, but with another round of winter moving on in, they're now not quite sure when it will open back up.
And on that note, we will take a first look at the weather forecast.
How are we going?
Well, we've got more mountain snow on the way with our next storm system, friends. We take that live look outside downtown Salt Lake City where that deck of clouds has really made its presence known. That's ahead of the cold front moving in. Temperatures were very chilly to start the day. Some of our coldest numbers down in the teens in Iron County, Bryce Canyon, Logan got to 27. Salt Lake bottomed out at 34. And we definitely did warm things back up this afternoon, but only into the 40s, 48 in Salt Lake, 43 in Logan, and 60 in St. George. So those temperatures still well below average. The clouds really increasing and embedded, some spotty showers possible as we make it through the evening hours. We know that our storm system is heading our way, tracking towards the Beehive State. Storm tracker radar in the last half hour shows those showers filling in the West Desert. Also some spotty activity near Draper over Riverton, and we're also watching Cache Valley as they are going to see some activity and active skies as we get through the next couple of hours. We've got snow levels dropping as we head into tonight and tomorrow morning. That means snow showers on deck for a portion of the state. What you need to know for the morning commute coming up in my full forecast. Emily, over to you.
Okay, Alana, thanks so much. From historic lows to historic highs, the 2022 water year is off to a promising start. Today, the U.S. Department of Agriculture releasing a new graph showing over the last 2 weeks, you see it there, precipitation averages across Utah range anywhere from 220% to 640% above average. Despite the late summer rain and early snow, the Weber Basin Water Conservancy District says we won't know the extent of the relief until next spring.
Happening now, supply is down and prices are up. I'm sure you've experienced it. A massive disruption in the nation's supply chain now impacting stores all across the country. It's slowing down deliveries and raising the cost of everyday items. And tonight, we're tracking the disruptions with team coverage. ABC4's Nick McGurk live in Cottonwood Heights with more on how the shortages are impacting the holiday liquor supply. But first, Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon in the nation's capital live tonight with more on the president's plan to deal with these supply chain problems. Alex.
Hi there, good evening. Well, today President Biden announced a new deal that was reached with shipping ports, labor unions, and major companies to try to ease some of the pain that consumers have been feeling because of these supply chain issues. Empty store shelves are becoming a common sight. Many of the goods Americans want are stuck on boats offshore. Senator Mike Lee blames the Biden administration for pumping too much money into the economy.
Warnings are already being raised about holiday shortages and huge price increases.
Wednesday, the White House blamed the supply shortages on the pandemic and problems with moving the goods from around the world into the United States. President Biden announced a new deal brokered with major companies, labor unions, and shipping ports.
The Port of Los Angeles announced today that it's going to begin operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
This follows an announcement by the Port of Long Beach to do the same, something the White House says should help speed up the process of getting goods off the ships and into stores. The president says mega retailers like Target and Walmart and companies like FedEx and UPS have also committed to work overtime
to significantly increase the amount of goods they're moving at night.
These commitments will move more goods faster, including toys, just in case you were wondering, appliances, my kids are.
This is an effort by the Biden administration not just to try to deal with those backlogs, but also to try to get more goods into the United States ahead of the increase in demand that's expected because of the holiday season. Reporting live in Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Here in Utah, the state's Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control says that we're not immune either, warning of potential liquor shortages this holiday season. ABC4's Nick McGurk live outside a state liquor store in Cottonwood Heights. Nick, what do we need to know?
Well, you should basically shop early. That's the big message here. I mean, it's not unusual outside of a liquor store on a busy week before a holiday, the day before Thanksgiving, to see long lines. And now the idea is, could we see more rationing outside of Patron Silver, which is already 1 bottle per person per visit? Could we see potentially empty shelves, more rationing? That's the question that we brought to DABC today, because we wanted to ask about these supply chain issues that we know are really affecting every industry, as we just heard. And the reality is, anything is possible. Right now, the warehouse at Salt Lake City, it's full, but they're having some staffing issues here. They're down about 30 positions at DABC. And certainly there's a shortage on cardboard, aluminum, and glass. There are really well-documented reports out there about a truck driver shortage. And so when you look at the broad picture here, you start to realize that if you want that bottle of alcohol for that holiday toast, you might want to shop early. Anything is possible. Right now they say they definitely have what they need, but there's no crystal ball.
I always encourage people to shop early, right? That way you ensure you get what you're after, that you plan just a little bit further ahead than you might normally do to get in there and get the items you're looking for, and avoid potential long lines, avoid these potential shortages that could come up.
So that's the headline here, potential shortages. You can see the now hiring sign there on the window outside of this Cottonwood Heights state liquor store. They are down about 30 positions, as I said. There are, in some cases, warehouses that are full of supplies, but they don't have the truck drivers or the logistics to get them here. But again, we're doing okay in Utah right now. A quick Google search will tell you there are liquor shortages across the country. The message here again, if you want something, go ahead and shop early. Live in Cottonwood Heights, I'm Nick McGurk, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Nick. Now to developing news tonight. University of Utah police remembering one of their own. They say Sergeant Corey Newbold died today from a medical condition while on duty. Newbold joining the force back in 2014. University police taking to Twitter this afternoon saying, quote, "Our hearts and thoughts are with his family and friends during this difficult time."
New at 5, the Salt Lake City Airport seeing an alarming rise in firearms at security checkpoints. TSA says so far this year, officers intercepted a record 92 firearms and carry-ons just at the Salt Lake Airport alone. Nationwide, the story goes the same. TSA says it caught more than 4,600 firearms at checkpoints across the country. That's the highest number in 20 years. TSA reminding everybody tonight, firearms are not allowed in your carry-on luggage. Instead, they got to be unloaded and in your checked bag and declared to your airline.
In southern Utah, the Washington County School District dealing with an increase in vandalism on school property. Officials telling ABC4 they believe it's related to a recent TikTok trend. Just last week, a Washington County School District bus was hit by a soda bottle, breaking the windshield. According to district officials, a social media challenge on the app TikTok called Devious Licks is enabling children to pull pranks at school, leaving the district with thousands of dollars worth of damage and repairs to make. The district working with St. George Police to find the vehicle responsible for hitting the bus.
This Devious Licks challenge has cost the district tens of thousands of dollars. We've had vandalism in our bathrooms, we've had soap dispensers destroyed, mirrors broken, sinks damaged. It's really gotten out of hand.
School leaders say they are taking these crimes seriously and plan to punish students accordingly. We're going to have much more on this in a full report coming up tonight at 6. Salt Lake County announcing a new initiative today to help improve our air quality. Mayor Jenny Wilson says she's now requiring the county's fleet of vehicles to fill up only with Tier 3 gas. In a statement released today, the mayor saying purchasing Tier 3 gas is a simple way to reduce emissions and contribute to improving our air quality. Air quality is a top priority in my administration, and we're putting action behind that. The mayor saying she now challenges other businesses and residents to do the same. Salt Lake County, the first in Utah to require this change. Still ahead, easing travel restrictions. The Biden administration announcing it's reopening the border between the U.S. and Canada. What this means for travelers crossing on both sides.
We are pleased the cases aren't going up, but we're also being very cautious because cases aren't going down either.
COVID-19 trends in Utah. Local doctors say hospitals are still feeling the strain of the current Delta